Hello everyone. Am I audible? Hello. Okay. Okay, fine. So, okay, let me share the screen. So we will, should I wait for a few more minutes or shall we start with the session now? Shall we start with the session?
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, let me share the screen now. My screen is visible to everyone, right? Is it visible to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay then.
Yes, ma'am.
Voice is also clear and my screen is visible. Fine. So let's start with the first question. You guys have pen and paper right now? You guys will solve the question and let me know the answer. Okay. And after that, if you're not able to solve it, then we will solve it. Is it fine?
Yes.
Okay then. Okay. Let's start with the first question. So the first question is, let x be a discrete random variable having the following probability mass function. So we have been given an equation of a probability mass function where x is taking the value 0, 1, and 2. Find the value of k. Okay. So we have been given a PMF and we need to find out the value of k. So what steps you would be doing? Like, can anyone tell me?
Ma'am, sum will be 1.
Mhm.
We will put, firstly, I will put x equals to 0 in the given formula.
Uh-huh.
Then I will put x equals to 1.
Then
Then I will put x equals to 2. Then I will add all three formulas. Then it will equals to 1.
good. Okay. So solve it and tell me the answer. Okay. Everybody should solve it and I need the answers. Fine. Okay. Take your time. And when you're done, just let me know. Okay. Just don't keep quiet. Let me know when you are done. Fine.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, 1 by 3. K equal to 1 by 3.
0.33.
0.33, ma'am.
Yeah, 1 by 3. It's fine.
Everybody solved it?
Yes, ma'am.
This coming out to be 0.33. Do I need to solve it or is it fine? Shall we proceed with the next question now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Sure. Okay. Nobody's having any doubts, right? Because I'm moving forward.
Sorry, could you help me out with the thing? I'm not able to understand.
Okay, you're not able to do it, right? Okay, fine. Okay. So I have been given a probability mass function, right? Which is probability x equals to x, which is k into 3cx upon 3c 3 minus x. This is what I have been given, correct? Okay. Now, I need to find out the value of k. And we know that the sum of probabilities is equal to what?
1.
It's equal to 1. Correct? So if I calculate the sum of all the values, like for all x is taking values what? 0, 1, 2, right? These are the values. So if I put values of x here, okay, I will get the probability mass function, correct? After getting the probability mass function, if I sum it, it should be equal to 1. So if I equate this equation, I will be getting the value of k. Okay. Now, if you remember one thing, NCX equals to NC n minus x. Do you remember this thing?
Yes, ma'am.
Right? So if you see here, n here is 3. Correct? So just look at this thing. This is basically what? 3cx equals to 3c 3 minus x. Like if you compare with this equation, both of the
Yeah.
so these are equal, right? So I can put it right. My probability that x equals to x would be equal to k into 1.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yes.
Okay. So that means my probability that x equals to 0 is equal to k. My probability that x equals to 1 is equals to k. My probability that x equals to 2 is also equal to k.
Okay. Yes.
Now I will sum it up. So this would be k plus k plus k,
Okay.
which is 1. That means
Okay.
3k equals to 1.
Okay.
Correct?
1 by 3.
1 by 3, which is 0.
0.3.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Fine?
Thank you.
Okay. So this thing is clear? First question is clear to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Now let's move to the second question. So the second question states that which of the following variable is or are numerical? Okay, so we have options like height, Aadhaar card number, PAN card number, passenger name, reservation number, stopwatch time, and PIN code. Okay, so can you tell me what do you mean by a numerical variable?
Which can be added and subtracted. We can apply mathematical formula.
Calculations. We can do calculations, all arithmetic calculations.
Yeah, arithmetic calculation we can do. So can you tell me which which of the variables are numerical here?
Height and stopwatch.
Height and stopwatch time.
Stopwatch.
Height and stopwatch.
Height and stopwatch. And what about others?
Others are categorical variable, ma'am.
Yeah, because we can't do the arithmetic problems, right? We can't do arithmetic like equations, like calculations basically. Sorry?
We can do the arithmetic operation with other than height and stopwatch.
Yeah, basically we can do for height and stopwatch time, but we can't do for the Aadhaar card number, PAN card number, and the rest of the options. Fine? I think the second question is also clear to everyone.
Madam,
Is
we can do.
ma'am, clear.
We may do calculation, but it is not meaningful, madam. That is the way we can take, right? Yeah. For the Aadhaar card, PAN card number, maybe so.
Calculation you can do. The Aadhaar card
Yeah.
number
So
basically
it's not meaningful actually.
Yeah. you can't do any calculation because it's a unique ID, right?
Yeah.
Like a
Yeah,
row-
yeah.
You can't add, subtract, like nothing meaningful would be derived from that, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Now, the third question. Okay, we are moving to the third question. The variance of a binomial random variable x is plotted against varying values of p with n kept constant. Okay, so we have a binomial random variable. Okay, and here n is constant and p is basically what? A probability of success. In a binomial random variable,
Yes, ma'am.
denoting is the probability of success. In binomial, we have two parameters. What are the parameters?
Number of
And-
trials and probability.
Yeah, we have n and p, where n is the sample size and p is the probability of success, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, the question is, it is observed that the maximum value of variance is 40. Then what is the value of n? So can you tell me what, like for binomial distribution, what is the formula of variance?
NP into 1 minus P.
Correct.
NP into 1 minus.
So if you just read the second line, it is observed that the maximum value of, so at what point the value of variance is maximum?
When probability is
When P is
0.5.
half.
Correct. So now tell me the value of n.
One 160.
160.
160 will be the answer.
Everyone, it's 160.
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, can you explain it once?
Sorry.
Can you explain it once, ma'am?
Okay. So we have been given, okay, we have been given that x is following a binomial distribution with n comma p as the parameter, okay, and we have been given that the maximum variance is coming out to be 40,
What?
right? And if you remember the condition for the maximum variance, at what point we get a maximum variance? When my p is 0.5. My probability of success is 0.5, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Right? So now I got the value of p here. And we know that for the binomial distribution, my variance, the formula of variance is npq.
Ma'am, how we get a maximum variance at probability equals to 0.5?
See, maximum variance is what? Like it had the success and the failure is divided into equal parts. Half is success and other half is failure. So that is what my maximum variance is.
Okay.
You got the point or
Yes, ma'am, got it.
got it? Yeah. So at p equals to 0.5, we have the maximum variance, okay? And we have been given what is the value of variance, which is 40. That means my value of npq is basically what? 40?
Yes, ma'am.
Q is basically what? 1 minus p, right?
1 minus p, yes.
So I have been given the value of p. The value of p is 0.5. So just put the value of p here. So it would be n into 0.5 into what is q? The value of q would be
0.5.
0.5 equals to 40. Now solve this value. It would be 40 divided by 0.25, which is equals to 160. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, ma'am.
Got it?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
The value of n is 160. Is it clear to everyone?
Yes,
Ma'am,
ma'am.
here the NPQ, it's a variance, right? NPQ.
Correct.
So NP into 1 minus P, no?
Correct.
So you have taken Q as a 1 minus P, am I right?
Yeah.
Got it, ma'am.
Yeah. So
Madam, so used another method that is it is a linear equation, right? So after the differential first derivative equal to 0, then based on that I calculated one. That is okay or
yeah, is it fine? But it's it's a very lengthy process, right?
yeah,
You-
it's a middle value. Maybe if it is a middle value means it's a quick answer. So that's why, yeah. In case of instead of my 0.5 in another any probabilities they're providing, okay, anyway it will be 50-50 only. Okay.
Yeah, because the
Yeah.
here the condition is already stated, that is the maximum variance. So if there
Okay.
is a variance, that means my probability of success is going to be 0.5. That's it.
Okay, got it. Okay.
Got it? Yeah. So here I'm if you see Q is basically my 1 minus P. Okay? Just remember that. Okay then. So question 3 is clear to everyone?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am, clear.
Let's proceed to the next question. Now, the fourth question states here, if the median of the data set xi, where I is going from 1 to n, is 15, what is the median of the data set 2xi minus 2, where I is going from 1 to n? The question is clear. You have been given for xi values, what is the value of median, which is 15. Now, what you have to find out the value of median for the data set 2xi minus 2. Okay. So
28.
2 times the original median minus 2. It's 28.
Correct.
Yes, 28.
Coming out to be 28. For everyone? What about others?
Yes, madam, 28.
Ma'am, explain please.
Okay. Okay. So basically, we have been given that for xi, like for xi values, okay, where I is going from 1 to n, my median is coming out to be, what was the value of median? 15, right? Okay. Now I have been given 2xi minus 2. These are the numbers, okay, where my I is going from 1 to n. Okay. So if I calculate, like if xi is, that means xi values is x1, x2 till xn. So my median for this number, this data is coming out to be 15. Now my data is 2x1 minus 2, 2x2 minus 2, 2xn minus 2, correct? Now to calculate for this value, for this data, right? So if you remember, like the addition and multiplication of a median, right? So if my previous, like my old median is coming out to be x, now if I add a certain constant, right? So my new median would be x plus c, correct? You guys remember this thing?
Yes, ma'am.
Right? So in that way only, what I'm doing, I'm multiplying and then I'm subtracting it. So if I have to calculate, so my x, so this value would be equal to what? So this would be 2 into my old median minus the value. Then I can get the new median,
Yes, ma'am.
correct? So my value would be 2 into 15 minus 2, which is basically 28. It's the same thing. If I'm having a data and in the each of the number, I'm adding one constant. Okay. So my new median would be what? The old median plus the constant that I've added. Correct? Do you remember this thing?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, that's the same thing that we are doing here. Okay, here we are like in the data, we are multiplying and then we are subtracting it. Okay, so we are getting a different data. Okay, so if you calculate the median also, you will get in this equation only. Okay, is it fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's proceed further then. Shall we?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, an entrepreneur has invested in 4 startups. If the startup makes profit, it will eat respective profits of 20, 25, 30, and 40. On the other hand, for each startup, the entrepreneur may not gain profit. He will incur a loss of 10. If the probabilities that the entrepreneur will make profit from these startups are 0.1, 0.3, 0.2, and 0.1 respectively, what is the expected total profit? So you have to calculate what? The expected value?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Expected value of each one.
Sorry?
Expected value for each profit.
Yeah. So what is the formula of expected value? It would be summation of
Xi into P of Xi.
the probability of xi. So first, but you have to calculate the expected value of all the, like there are 4 startups, right? So basically my this is x1, x2, x3, and x4, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So you have to calculate all, like for x1, x2, x3, x4, then you have to add it, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So solve it and tell me the answer.
Could you please repeat the working rule?
Sorry.
Could you please repeat that working rule?
Okay. So basically, I'm let's say my xi is denoting the profits, total profit. Like, okay. So basically for the X for startup 1, my profit would be this 20. If I calculate the let's say the expected value for the first startup company. Okay, so it would be what? My 20 into 0.1. Okay, with there is loss also, like there is like profit is also there and loss is also there. So I have to consider both of the things, right? The profit and the loss.
Right.
Right? So
So-
for the first startup, you will be calculating the expected value. Similarly, with how will you calculate for the first startup? That is 20 into 0.1 and the loss one also. You will consider the loss one also, right?
So 90% will be loss, 10% will be profit.
Yeah. So 90% would be the loss and 10% would be the profit. Like that. You have to calculate for each of the startup, then you have to add it. Okay. Then you will get to know whether it's a loss or a profit, the expected value. Okay.
It's a loss of minus 13.5. So minus 13.5.
Yeah. So basically it is a loss which is minus 13.5. Correct. Somebody got 19.5.
Oh yeah, I forgot to subtract the loss.
Okay, fine. Okay.
Ma'am, can you solve?
Yeah, I'll solve it. Just take anybody know like need more time to solve it? Anybody solving it right now? If not, then I will solve it. Anyone solving it right now? They're doing it?
No, ma'am.
No? Okay.
Ma'am, how we can say the loss probability is 0.9?
See, basically for the startup 1, my profit for x equals to 20 is coming out to be 0.1. That is 10%.
So 0.9 only for startup 1.
Startup 1, correct.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. Should I solve it or you need more time, like the others who are solving it? Should I solve it right now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Okay. So basically, we have 4 startups. Okay. X1, X2, X3, and X4. Okay. Now, the values, so the profits are, these are the profits. Okay. These are the 20, 25, 30, and 40. These are the profits. And the probabilities are 0.1. Then we have 0.3, 0.2, and 0.1. Fine. Now, with the profit also, they are losing as well, right? That means each startup is losing 10 lakhs. Okay. So the loss is basically 10, 10, 10, and 10. Okay. Now, what are the probabilities for that? It would be, for if I'm getting 10% as a profit, the rest of the 90%, that is 0.9, would be my probability of getting a loss for X1 only. Correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay. Now, similarly, what is the probability of getting a loss for X2?
0.7,
0.6.
0.7,
Then
0.8,
0.8,
0.9,
0.9. Correct. So these are the values. Now I have to calculate what? The expectation. So first of all, I will calculate the expectation of startup 1 company. So it would be what? That is summation of X into probability of Xi. Okay. Now, so okay, tell me the equation right now.
So the first term would be 20 into 0.1 plus 0.9 into minus 10, since it's a loss.
Good.
Minus 11 lakh loss.
And X2, X3, and X4 similarly.
Should be in the same way. So this value is coming out to be what? This value is coming out to be -7. Okay. Similarly, expectation of X2. Tell me the value.
-4.
I need the equation.
25
into 0.3
0.3 plus
plus 0.7
7
into minus
10.
10.
Correct.
Minus 10.
This value is coming
With
out to
point-
be
0.5.
0.5. Okay. Now, just tell me the answer. What is the expected value of x3 and x4 also?
30 into 0.2
13 to 0.2
minus.
minus.
Yeah, no, 30 into 0.2 plus 0.8 into minus 10.
Yeah. So this value is coming out to be -2. And what about the x4?
That's for since 40 into 0.1 plus 0.9 into minus 10.
Correct. So this is coming out to be -5. Now I have to calculate the expected value of the total profit, right? So it would be expectation of x1 plus x2 plus x3 plus x4, right? So these are the independent, right? So I can write this as expectation of x1 plus expectation of x2 plus expectation of x4, like that, right? So I will add all the expectations. So basically my expectations would be -7, then plus 0.5, -2 and -5, right? So if you solve this, you will get -13.5. So this profit is coming out to be a negative. That means we didn't have the profit, we had the loss here. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Is the question clear? Is the solution clear to everyone?
Yes, ma'am. Got it.
Sure?
Yes, ma'am, got it.
Let's proceed further then.
Ma'am.
Okay. Now, sixth question. If the graph of a PMF of a binomial random variable of n equals to 10 is exactly symmetric about x equals to 5. Okay. So here I have been given the sample size as 10 and it is saying that it is symmetric about x equals to 5. Then the value of p could be what?
0.5 only. That's the only possibility.
0.5 because only at 0.5 so it will be symmetric.
Exactly. Because we have 10 sample size and in the middle, like the middle is 5, right? So it is symmetric about 5 only. That means my probability of like the value of p would be equal to 0.5 only. Fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, next question. A robber who needs to open a lock of a house has 21 keys, out of which only one key can unlock the house. Okay. So there are total in his hand, he's having 21 keys. And out of that 21 keys, only one key would be used to unlock that house. Okay. Now, the chance of selecting a key is equally likely for all the keys. What do you mean by this sentence?
In uniform distribution.
Uh,
Uniform discrete variable.
Yeah, it's a discrete thing. But what do you understand by this thing? That the chance of selecting a key is equally likely for all the
Then the
keys.
probability of all the
Same
keys.
Probability, yes, probability of opening from each key is the same.
Yeah, correct. So that means 1 by 21 for each of the cases, correct?
Mhm.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, the robber will not use the keys. They did not open the lock in the upcoming trials. So if he has used in the first trial the key that he have used in the first trial, he won't be using it in the second trial. That's the meaning of the third line, correct? That it is without replacement, right?
Yes.
Now, let x be defined as the number of trials robber requires to open the house. So x is basically the number of trials. What is the value of expectation of x?
11, right? N plus 1 by 2.
Yeah, n plus 1 by 2. Because probability is the same.
N plus 1 by 2.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
11.
It's coming out to be
11.
11. What about others?
Madam, this is a continuous random uniform distribution that only, right? So which one actually this one? Which type this question?
It's a discrete thing only, but if you need the clarity more, I can tell you. So let's say there are cases, right? There are trials actually. Okay, so let's take my first trial. So in the first trial, it is basically that is probability equals to 1. That means at the first trial only he got the key. So the probability would be 1 by 21, correct? Now, for the second trial, that means in the second attempt, he got the right key. So that means probability of x equals to would be what? 20 by 21 into 1 by 20,
Yes, ma'am.
right? Similarly, I will be having different trials, right? Like I would be having 21 trials because I'm having 21 keys. So I would be having 21 trials.
Okay.
Correct. Now I need to calculate the expectation. So expectation is basically what? Summation of x into px,
Yes.
right? So my value of x is basically what? That which is basically 1 into the probability of px is coming out to be 1 by 21. Like if you calculate this value, it is coming out to be 1 by 21. So all the values, the probability would be 1 by 21 only, right?
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So this is basically 1 by 21 into summation of xi, where I is going from 1 to 21. Correct?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So this would be 1 by 21 into, that is 1 plus 2 till 21.
Yes.
Correct? Now, this is, if there are like, let's suppose, like there are n terms. Okay. Let's say plus 2 till n. So the sum of all the values would be n upon n plus 1 divided by 2.
Yes. Correct. Yeah.
Correct? So this
Yeah.
would be equal to what? 1 by 21. 21 into
21 plus 1.
22.
divided by
Yeah. 2.
correct. So this 21 will get cancelled. So you will be left with 11 only.
Yes.
Correct. So my
Yeah.
expected value is coming out to be 11.
Actually, this one, which week, madam? This related to this topic, actually.
This is the expected thing, I guess. Expectation is in which week?
Because
Week 10, ma'am.
week 10, so
Yeah.
because 11 and 12 only, just I'm checking, I'm not able to find this one. Okay.
Yes, ma'am, week 10.
Week
Okay. Okay.
Got
Got
it, ma'am.
10
Ma'am,
of
I'm not understanding how you write probability x equals to 2.
how you write probability x equals to what? Which one?
Second trial.
Okay, so basically, what is my x here? It is the number of trials. When I'm getting the right key, that is what my x is, right?
Yes.
Read the question. X is defined as the number of trials robber required to open the house. So in the first trial only, I am opening the house. Okay. Probability x equals to 2 means in the second trial, I am opening the house. Got the point?
Ma'am, how you write 20 upon 21
Okay.
into
So
1 upon 20?
okay. So this is my probability. Like this is the probability of for the first trial, and this is for the second trial. Okay. So in the first trial, I'm not able to open the house, right? So okay. So the thing is, if I'm opening the house, the probability is coming out to be 1 by 21. Correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
If I'm not able to open the house, so the probability would be 20 by 21. Will it be?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. It's 1 minus p.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Okay. So
Yes.
this probability is clear. How 20 by 21 it is?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, for the second thing, in the second trial, I'm getting I'm able to open the house. So basically, if you remember, if I'm using one key in the first trial, I will not be using it in the second trial. So
Yes, ma'am.
like if one trial is, the one key is not there, that means in total, I'm having 20 keys in the second trial.
Ma'am, 20 upon 21 upon 20 upon 21 means that I try 20 times.
Yeah, correct. No, not the
So
20.
21 key is exact key. That's why we are writing 1 upon 20.
20 by 21 times, it's not about you are trying it 20 times. It's about the probability of not getting the correct key. It's the probability. See, you have P and you have one thing Q. What is P? Probability of success, and Q is probability of failure, right? So in this question, it is given that my value of P is coming out to be 1 by 21. What is P? Is basically that I am able to open the house. If I have to calculate the value of Q, Q is basically what? The probability of failure. That means I'm not able to open the house. So how will you calculate Q? Q is basically 1 minus P only.
Okay, now it's clear, ma'am. Thank you.
Now is it clear? So for the first trial, I'm not able to open the house. So this is my probability of the first trial. And in the second trial, if I've used one key in the first trial, I will not be using it in the second trial. So that means my total number of keys in the second attempt would be 20 only. That's why my probability of success would be 1 by 20. Got it?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay.
So the P of A, if we take the third trial, so in that third trial case, so the first thing would be 1 minus 1 by 20, right?
So it would be 20 by 21.
20 by 21, yes.
Then the second would be
1 by 9.
19 by
19 by
20.
20.
Then 1
1
by
by 20, 19.
20, 19.
If you calculate the probability, you are getting 1 by 21 only. Right?
Yes, ma'am.
That's what. So is the
Ma'am? Ma'am?
yes. Tell me.
Ma'am, but in the question, it is given that it is an equal probability. So should we do this? Like, let's say since it's given, we can take it as 1 by 21 itself, no, ma'am.
Yeah, so in the question only it is stated like the chance of selecting a key is equally likely for all the keys, right? So selecting the one key is like the probability of selecting the first key, second key, third key, the probability of selecting that is equally likely. That means 1 by 21, 1 by 21. Selecting the first key is 1 by 21. Selecting the second key would be 1 by 21 like that. The
Madam,
probability will remain same.
Madam, can you go to that annotations? See, I have I understood the concept, but I have some doubts here. Can you scroll down, madam? So here, the for example, T of x is equal to 2. So 20 divided by 21 means you are telling 20 times tried. The probability is 20 by 21 is a success or failure, madam. This one.
This is a failure.
So then second one is 1 by 20 is a success. So yeah, so every time it will be reduction will be there in the denominator, right? So but this one I don't understand. Why we are multiplying, madam, here actually?
Why we are multiplying?
Yeah, 20 divided by 21 into 1 by 20.
It's the multiplication rule, right? The first trial into the second trial. So this is the probability of getting the wrong keys in the first trial.
So that is E of x. You are telling E of x is equal to E of x into probability of x. So okay, which means we need to come. I don't know, madam. This one I don't understand actually. So, so below steps are I understood, but here how we are, what is the formula we are following this area?
See, like, okay, it's this simple probability thing only.
I only confused about only. See, I understood first trip one key is there, so that one is without replacement. So next trip 20 will be there. So every time there is a one trial, we are doing one trial, right? So 21 trials will be there. So why here 20 by 21? Why we are multiplying that? I don't understand actually.
Here we are using and, that's why we are multiplying.
This is the probability. We are calculating the probability. What is probability? The number of outcomes, the favorable outcomes divided by the total number of outcomes.
Yeah.
Now, this is what? When I'm not able to open the house. So what are the number of cases? Like what are the number of favorable outcomes? It would be 20 only, because at like from 21, the 20 keys are wrong. That's why I'm not able to open the house.
Yes.
So 20 by 21, this thing is clear.
Okay.
Okay. Now the second trial, I'm getting the key. Right?
Yeah.
And there will be only one key left
Yes.
because and the key that we have used here.
Okay.
Okay, that the key that only one key I would like in the first trial I would have used only one key, right?
Mm.
Yeah.
So in this case, chat trial, what will come actually?
What?
Chat trial, how will write actually?
This thing.
P is equal to 20 by 21, 19 by 20, and the last one is a success.
Correct.
Ma'am,
Okay.
can we
Okay.
think of something like, the two events are now independent, since P of A intersection B equals to P of A multiplied by P of B, each events are independent, right?
Okay, madam, got it.
Got it? So basically, like if you see here, this probability of x equals to 2 is basically what? Like let's consider A and B. These are two events. So A is basically that I'm getting a house, I'm able to open the house at the first trial, and B is probability of in the second trial, right? So if I have to calculate probability of x equals to 2, that means I have to calculate that at the second trial, I'm able to open the house. So I would be calculating A complement intersection B. So which is basically what? Probability of A complement into probability of B.
Yes, ma'am.
You remember this thing?
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Yeah, that's what.
We apply this to probability of A complement intersection B. We will be getting, all these values.
So this question is clear to everyone? Shall we proceed further now?
Yeah, madam. We'll move forward.
Sure.
Yeah, yeah, yes, ma'am. And at the same time, if we think of this question from the uniform distribution, expectation of x is equal to A plus B divided by 2. So the probability is distributed between the 1 and 21, since they are equal.
Uniform distribution you are taking.
Yeah, if we think of from that perspective.
Mhm.
So the probability of getting each key success is distributed between the 1 to 21.
Okay, like that. Mhm.
So expectation of no uniform distribution is A plus B
Yeah, A plus B
divided
by
by 2.
yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Because equally the probability is equally likely, right? For any
Mhm. Yeah, yeah,
probability,
got
any
it.
x,
Got
then
it.
we'll be getting an y as a CM.
Mhm. Yeah, got it. Yeah. See, there may, like I told you before, there are many ways to solve a question. The thing is, you should get the right answer, and the approach that you are using should be like sensible. Like it should make sense. Okay. Okay then. Then shall we proceed to the next question now? Is like if nobody is having any doubts in the seventh question. Shall we proceed? Okay. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now the next question. John parked his car among 10 cars in a row in a mall parking, not at either end, which has a capacity of 11 cars. Okay, so a parking lot is having a capacity of 11 cars. Okay, and John has parked among them. In how many ways it is possible that on his return from the mall, he finds that exactly 5, including his car. Okay, so there are 5 cars there, including his car. Of the 11 places are still occupied if both neighboring parking plots around his car are empty. Okay, so you have to calculate the possible ways of happening this situation. So take your time, read the question carefully, okay, and tell me the answer. So there is a parking lot having an 11 car capacity. And when he returned from the mall, he finds that exactly 5 of the 11 places are still occupied. And the condition is where the car that he has parked, either side of his car is empty. Okay. So what are the ways that these condition is possible? Think about it and tell me the answer.
70 would be the answer.
Yes, correct. 70 is the answer. What about others?
Yes, ma'am. 8C4, it will give 70.
8C4. So how you calculated that 8C4? How you got that?
Ma'am, out of 11, will exclude 3 positions
Why?
because one is John's car, and we have to keep the 2 positions left and right empty, vacant.
Correct.
So out of 11, only 8 are left and 4 cars more.
4 cars more. Correct. So it would be 8C4. Good. What about others? You got the
8C4.
8C4. You got the reason how it's 8C4?
Ma'am, how 4 cars?
Can you explain?
Okay. So basically, okay, so John is having a car. Okay, so let's say there are 11 places, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so the thing is, 5 places have been occupied. Okay, and the condition is where the John car is parked, the other 3 are empty. Okay, so in total, if 5 places are occupied, that means in total 5 cars are there, including John's car. In this 5, John car is also included, right? So I have to like consider the like what are the ways in which this condition is also satisfied, that like either side of the John car, the places are empty, and the 5 places, the rest of the places are being occupied by the rest of the cars. Okay, so one car, let's fix the one car. The John car is here. Okay, so that means out of like that means like I have to consider that okay, 5 cars are there. That means 5 places have to be occupied, right? 5 places are to be occupied. So in that 5 places, let's fix one place, which is the John's car. Okay, the John's place, and either of the side are empty. Correct. So that means so rest of the 4 cars. So I have to consider the rest of the 4 cars. Correct. So these 4 cars are to be placed in rest of the places, which are 8 places. This 3, why I'm subtracting it? Because these 3 places are occupied, right? This is occupied by the John's car, and these 2 are to be emptied. Like it should be empty. No car should be there, right? So this thing is basically like these 3 places are like occupied. So that means the remaining of the 8 places. So I have to place this 4 cars in this remaining 8 places. So what are the ways of doing that? It would be 8C4 ways. Got it?
How is it 70?
Sorry?
And how is it 70?
The value of 8C4 is 70. No? It's not coming out to be 70?
Yes, ma'am, it is 70.
It would be what? Factorial 8 divided by factorial 4 into factorial 4. So this is basically 8 into 7 into 6 into 5 divided by 4 into 3 into 2. If you calculate this value, you will be getting 70 only.
Okay. But one thing I want to know, because in the question they are specifying that the John car cannot be occupied in either end, right? The first, so the two end positions are not to be considered, am I right? Or am I understanding it wrong?
Correct.
So in that case, we have only 9 positions, am I right?
Not at the either. Can you repeat the thing?
Not at the either end. So we have only 9 spots. We cannot consider the first part and the 11th spot.
Correct.
So that will be only 9 spots.
Yeah.
In the 9th spot, again, when
John's car. Like, see, we are not taking the position of the John car. We have already fixed the position of John's car, right? So we are only taking the cases what about the other 4 cars? How they should be placed in rest of the places?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Fine. Thank you.
Shall we proceed to the next question now?
Yeah, sure. Thank
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, 2 players, Sam and Nina, throw a pair of dice alternatively and independently. Sam wins if he throws a sum of 6 points before Nina throws a sum of 7 points. So if Sam wins when he throws 6 points before Nina, and Nina wins if she throws a sum of 7 points before Sam. Okay, so if Nina begins the game, then what is the probability of Nina winning the game? So you have to calculate the probability of Nina winning the game. Okay. Read the question, solve it, and tell me the answer. Okay.
So here in this question, we will take all these trials, right? So our trial, let's say in the first trial, Nina wins the game. So that would be the probability would be 1/6. And in the second trial, Nina wins the game in the second trial would be 5/36 into 1/36 because 5/36 is the probability that Sam wins the game. And in third trial, it's 5/36 into 5/36 into 1/6, and this will go on. Right? So we'll get a deep out of this.
Can you repeat it again?
Yeah, in the first trial, so say Nina wins the game, so it would be 1/6, right?
Okay.
Because 6/36, that's 1/6. And in the second trial, Nina wins the game. So that would be in the first case,
Yeah.
Nina does not win the game, mean Sam wins the game, which is 5/36. Into Nina wins the game in the second case would be 1/6 again. So 5/36 into 1/6. And in the third trial, it would
So
be
No. Just a second. In the second thing, you told me that Nina wins the second trial. So basically, the condition is the condition for Nina to win the thing. It should be the question is, it should be before Sam wins, right? Before Sam throws the sum of 6 points, right? So basically, the thing is, in the first throw, she is not able to win. Because she is not getting the sum of 7 points. Then
7 points.
Sam is also not winning, right? So he is also not getting the sum of 6 points. Now in the third throw, Nina is getting the sum of 7 points, right? That's why she is like before Sam, she is getting the sum of 7 points. So that means in the second, like in the third throw, she is winning the game. Like in the second trial, you can say, or what, anything.
But
Like-
it might be possible that since Nina begins the game, so she might win in the first trial itself.
Okay, so the Nina is starting the game, right? So then the first throw she is winning the game. Then in the second thing, in the third throw she is going to win the game in the third throw, not in the second throw.
Okay, yes. So we'll exclude the second one, yes, because Nina wins. Okay. So
Okay.
she has to win before Sam wins.
Correct. Correct. So it would be basically the first throw, third throw, then the fifth throw, then the seventh throw, like that. Got it? Yeah.
Okay.
So solve it and tell me the answer. You guys able to solve it? Nobody got the answer.
No, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, let me solve it then. Okay. So basically, okay. So I'm denoting what was the question? Okay, Nina and Sam. Okay. So I'm denoting N for Nina and S for Sam. Okay. So probability of, like, if Nina wins is coming out to be 6/36. Okay. And probability that Sam wins is coming out to be 5/36. Correct?
Yes, please.
Now, the first condition, the thing is, in the first throw only, she is winning the game. That means the probability of N would be equal to 6/36. Now, second condition, in which in the third throw she is going to win. That means probability of N complement, intersection S complement, intersection N. So this is basically what? Okay, this would be 30/36 into 31/36 into 6/36.
So why is it 31?
Yes, ma'am.
So here the Sam is also not winning, right? So probability of S complement would be what? 31 by 36?
Yes, ma'am.
Right? So this is basically what? N complement, S complement, and N. So that means in the third throw, she is winning, right? Similarly, the third case, probability, N complement, that in the first throw she is not winning, then S complement, then again N complement, S complement, then N. That is, in the fifth throw, she is going to win. So this would be what? 30 by 36 for the first thing. Then S complement, 31 by 36. Then again, 30 by 36 into 31 by 36. Then 6 by 36.
Ma'am,
Hmm.
so this declares that Sam has not yet won any game.
Exactly. Because we are only taking the case where Nina is winning. This is the case for Nina only. Till here, is it fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now we have to calculate the probability of Nina winning the game. So we will this will continue. Like there will be fourth condition, there will be 5, 6, like there will be many conditions. Okay. Infinite conditions. So the total probability would be what? The first condition, the probability. Then the second condition, we will add all the probabilities. Okay. So basically it is probability of N plus probability that she wins in the third throw. Then similarly, all the probabilities. So now for the first one, it is coming out to be 6 by 36. Then this one is basically 30 by 36 into 31 by 36 into 6 by 36, right? Similarly, I am getting this value 30 by 36 and so on. So if you see in the equation, I am getting 6 by 36 as the common term, correct?
Yes.
From this term, there will be 6 by 36 as well in all the terms. So 6 by 36 is getting out to be common. So if I take out this, I would be left with 1 plus 30 by 36 into 31 by 36 from this term plus here also 30 by 36 into 31 by 36 square. Because if you look at here, my 30 into 36 into 31 by 36 and this is repeating 2 times, right? So I can write this in this way.
Yes, ma'am.
Correct? Now, so basically, let's consider this as one number, like this A. So if you remember geometric series 1 plus A square, A cube. The sum of this value would be 1 upon 1 minus R.
Yes.
R is
Repeat.
basically my common ratio, and my common ratio is basically coming out to be A only, right? So this is basically 1 upon 1 minus A only,
Yes.
right? So now this value would be 6 by 36 into 1 upon 1 minus 30 by 36 into 31 by 36, correct? Fine? Till here is it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, if you calculate this value, is coming out to be 0.59 as the answer. Is this thing clear?
Madam, they're throwing dice only, no? So how you are calculating 30 by 36 and all? I don't understand actually.
If you read the question, it is saying the sum of 7 points, the sum of 6 points.
Which means in die throwing dice, what is 2 dice are
Yeah, they're throwing
yeah.
a pair of dice alternatively and independently. So Sam is throwing a pair of dice. Nina is also throwing a pair of dice.
Hmm.
Right? So if we are throwing a pair of dice, then only we can get the sum of 6 points and sum of 7 points, right?
So it's only the outcomes, right? So 6 points means the sum of two dice, right?
Dice is 6, correct.
Mm.
Is the solution clear to everyone?
Yes.
Sure. Shall we move forward now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, suppose that the random variable x assume three values 0, 1, 2 with probability this. Calculate the value of f1. So anybody remembers what is fx basically?
Cumulative distribution.
Yeah.
Distribution. So basically it is calculating probability that x is
Less than or equal to 1 here.
correct. So solve it and tell me the answer.
One by 2.
What about others?
0.5.
Now what about others?
0.5.
0.5. Everybody is getting that answer?
No, ma'am.
No. You are solving it or you're not getting the answer only after solving it?
I don't know. Somewhere I'm doing a mistake.
So what are the steps that you're doing? Can you just tell me?
It's 0.5 because we take p of x equal to 0 and p of x equal to 1.
1, correct. So you would be adding the probabilities, right? So it would be 1 by 3 plus 1 by 6. So if I add this, it would be coming out to be 1 by 2 only, right? Now is it coming? Sorry. Do I need to solve it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So basically it is saying, okay, so the question is, we have to calculate f1, right? So if you know my fx, the CDF, it is basically probability that x is less than equal to x, right? Now, in the place of x, it is basically 1. So I have to calculate f1. So which is probability that x is less than equal to 1. That means probability that x equals to 0 plus probability that x equals to 1. Correct? Now, what is the probability of x equals to 0? It is coming out to be 1 by 3. Okay, and for 1 it is 1 by 6. So it would be 1 by 3 plus 1 by 6, right? So this would be 2 plus 1 by 6, which is 3 by 6, which is 1 by 2, that is 0.5. Got it? Now you got the solution?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
Okay. Shall we proceed further now?
Definitely.
Okay. Now let x is following an exponential distribution with lambda as a parameter. Then find the value of z such that probability to x greater than equal to 100 given x is greater than equal to 50 is equal to probability x is greater than equal to z. So this is the equation that we have been given, right? So put the values, solve the equation and get the value of z. Okay. This is basically my conditional distribution, right? So if you remember probability A by B is equal to probability of A intersection B divided by probability of B, correct? Use this thing, solve the left-hand side, then solve the right-hand side, put the equation together and find the value of Z, okay? And tell me the answer. If you're not able to do it, just say it, okay? Is it okay with everyone?
Yes.
Okay then. Solve it and tell me if you're not able to solve it, just tell me. If you're able to solve it, tell me the answer. Okay.
Mom, 50, mom.
Yes, 50, correct. What about others? What are the values that you are getting? Is it 50 or something else?
It's 50.
It's 50. What about others? You are able to solve it? Have you solved it or you are solving it? You guys solving it or just tell me if you are solving it, then I will give you more time then.
So this should be equal to P of X greater than equal to 100 by P of X greater than equal to 50.
Correct.
So then we can also use the integral. So I will use the integral. So if you use the integral, you come to the e to the minus z lambda z equal to e to the minus 100 lambda plus 50 e to the 50. I mean, if you do this, so e to the minus 50 lambda it would be. So if we equate the exponents on both the sides, z will come out to be
Z equals to 50. Okay, you have integrated it. Okay, fine.
Yes.
It's fine. What about others? At least let me know if you're solving it. Just let me know if you're having any issues or something. Just tell me.
No, ma'am. If you could help us.
Sorry.
No, ma'am. What to be approached, what we have to solve, no, we're stuck actually. If you could help us, it'd be good.
You're not able to solve it? You are
No.
saying?
Yes.
Okay, so should I solve it then?
Yes, ma'am. That is better.
Okay, so just let me know that thing, right? It should not waste each other's time. Okay. So basically, it is given probability that x is greater than equal to 100, given x greater than equal to 50 equals to probability that x is greater than equal to z. Okay, let's take this left hand side. Now, this I can write it like this. Can I write it like this?
Yes.
This is the intersection, right? So x is greater than equal to 100 and also x is greater than equal to 50. So the intersection would be x greater than equal to 100. Correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now I can write this as probability that x is less than 100 divided by 1 minus probability that x is less than 50. Okay. Now this is basically my CDF, and CDF of an exponential is basically what? 1 minus e raised to the power minus lambda x divided by 1 minus e raised to the power minus lambda 50. Is this thing clear?
Yes,
If you remember, probability of x less than x for exponential is basically 1 minus e raised to the power minus lambda x. Okay. Now, if you solve this thing, you will get e raised to the power minus 50 lambda is the answer. Okay. Now, the right hand side, probability that x is greater than equal to z. I can write this as what? Okay, so this is basically equal to e raised to the power minus 50 lambda. If you go according to this equation. Okay. Now, I can write this as just a second. So this would be what?
That could be written as 1 minus as e minus lambda 50 z.
Z lambda equals to e raised to the power minus 50 lambda, right? If you like this, okay, so this value 1 is basically e raised to the power 0 only,
Yes, ma'am.
right? E raised to the power 0, e minus z lambda equals to e raised to the power minus 50 lambda. So this value is nothing basically. So e raised to the power minus z lambda is coming out to be e raised to the power minus 50 lambda. Okay, now if you equate this equation, my z is coming out to be 50. Okay.
Madam, the minus is there no in front of E?
The thing is, okay, so this thing is basically, I can write this as, okay, let me write this thing. 1 minus probability that x is less than z, right? Now 1 minus e raised to the power minus z lambda. This 1 will get cancelled, so I will be left out with e raised to the power minus z lambda. Now you got it? So this 1 will get cancelled, so I will be
Yes,
left
madam. Yes, madam. Got it.
minus z lambda.
Ma'am, could you please use another method what Mr. Sandeep has mentioned, right? Using integration. Sandeepan.
Okay, you calculated with the integration. So you would be integrating like from 100 to infinite, right? The values of the equation of exponential value, right? But that's like a little long process, don't you think that? Let's like I will solve it. Let's take it to the last part.
Okay.
Okay, if you are okay with it.
Yep, no issues.
Okay, then next question. According to a survey, the time taken by teenagers to finish a box of donuts is uniformly distributed between 1 to 6 minutes. Okay. A cafe in New Delhi uses data for its advertisement that challenges teenagers to finish a box of donuts with 100 seconds to win a grand prize. Okay, so they have to finish the donuts in 100 seconds. Okay, now a teenager, Ajay, accepted the cafe's challenge. What is the probability that he will finish the box of donuts within 4 minutes, given that he lost the challenge? Okay, so here it is given that to finish the donuts is uniformly distributed between 1 to 6 minutes, and if they have to win the challenge, they should finish the box of donuts within 100 seconds. And a teenager, Ajay, accepted the cafe challenge and he finished it in 4 minutes, given that he lost the challenge. So basically you have to find out the conditional probability. Correct? Read the question.
Yes, ma'am.
Right? Now, the thing is, it is given it is given in 100 seconds. You have to complete it in 100 seconds, right? So just convert all the values like the minute one into seconds and solve the question. Okay? You got the question? Everyone got the question? Were you able to solve this question? Anyone?
From 7 by 13?
Yeah, it's coming out to be 7 by 13. What about others?
In just a second.
Okay.
Can you please solve this question?
Ma'am, just I had one doubt. So we are actually computing P of 2 for X lying between 240 and 360, right?
Hmm. 4 minutes, it's okay. So okay. So the thing is, let's say my X is denoting it is representing the time taken by the teenager to finish the box. Okay. So it is following a uniform distribution with 60, 360 seconds. Okay. Fine. Now it is saying that we have to find out the probability that the box of donut is finished by Ajay within 240 seconds, right? So that is X is less than equal to 240. Given that he took more than 100, he lost the challenge, right? That means he took more than 100 seconds. So basically it would be X greater than 100, right? So now I can write this as probability that X is less than 240 intersection X is greater than 100. Okay, divided by probability that X is greater than 100. Is this step clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So now I can write this as probability that X is between 100 and 240 divided by probability that X is 100. Correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now I can write this as F 240 minus F 100 divided by 1 minus F 100. Probability of A, if my X is between A and B, I can write this as FB minus FA. Do you remember this thing? Do you? Is this step clear to everyone?
Yes.
Sure?
Yes.
Okay. Now, so this is, for a uniform distribution, the CDF is given out to be X minus A divided by B minus A. Just put the value here. So this would be 240 minus 60 divided by 360 minus 60. Okay. Now, similarly, 100 minus 60 divided by 360 minus 60 upon 1 minus 100 minus 60 divided by 360 minus 60. Is this step clear?
Yes.
So this, if you solve this, you would be getting 7 by 13 as the answer.
Yes, ma'am. Got
it. What about others? You got the solution?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Sorry? Your voice is
I
not
got.
clear. Can you just speak out loud a little?
Yeah, yes, ma'am. Could you please scroll up, ma'am? I just would like to understand, the probability of X less than 240 intersection X greater than 100. How did we rewrite it to probability of 100 less than X less than 240?
How did I write this thing?
Yes, ma'am. Previous
So
step to this step.
yeah, so if you see here, my x is less than equal to 240 and it is greater than 100. So intersection would be the values of that x is between 100 and 240, right? If you make a line here, this is my 100 and this is my 240. So my value of x is greater than 100 and less than 240. So my x would be between this value only, right?
100 and 240. Okay.
Correct?
Yeah. Then yes. Yep.
Now is it fine? Is the solution clear? Question clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Shall we proceed further now? Now, a company has predicted that the next year's profit will follow a probability distribution shown in table this. The random variable x denote the profit in million rupees. Okay. Loss is denoted by negative profit. Okay. Now, but the company cannot retain all the profits to itself since it has to share 15% of the profit to its investors. The amount that the company retains is given by this. What is the approximate standard deviation of y? So you have to calculate the standard deviation of y. Okay. So basically, so what would be my variance? Variance of y is equals to what?
It's 0.85 square times x
square
square.
into variance of x.
Correct. So first tell me what is the value of variance of x? Solve the value for the solve for the value of variance of x. Then tell me the standard deviation of y. Okay. This question, I think you will be able to solve it, right? So tell me the answer quickly.
Variance of x is 1.5775.
Correct.
Variance of y comes out to be 1.14. And
Correct.
then standard deviation is 1.067.
Good. Very good. What about others? Are you guys solving? Sorry.
Solving, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Solve it. Is it done?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so what is the answer that you're getting?
For expectation of x, I got 1.15, and expectation of x star, I got 2.9, and variance is 1.57, standard deviation 1.255, and y it's 1.0675.
Correct. So I guess everybody is getting that answer.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's proceed further now. The duration of a video game is a random variable with an exponential distribution with a mean of 20 minutes. Suppose that when you enter a video arcade, two players are playing the game independently. Find the probability that exactly one of the two will be playing for less than 40 minutes. Okay, so in basically we are having two players here. Okay, and the duration of the video game is a random variable following an exponential distribution with mean 20. That means my lambda is equals to 20, right?
Lambda is 1/20, right?
Sorry, 1/20. Okay, now we have to find out the probability that exactly one of the two will be playing for less than 40 minutes. So what are the conditions that let's consider that E1 is like A is one player, B is another player. So what is the equation that you would be trying to find out? Can anyone tell me? Read the question carefully. Think about it and tell me the probability that you will be finding out. Just consider A as a player 1 and B as a player 2. Anyone? Nobody? Just tell me the, yeah. Just tell me the probability, the condition that you would be using, like the equation. No one?
For this, we will have to use the CDF, right? Of the exponential distribution. So which means it's going to be 1 divided by e to the power minus lambda a for the the approach is correct.
Yeah, you would be finding out the CDF. I got it. But the question here is asked the probability that exactly one of the two will be playing for less than 40 minutes. So what equation you would be writing down to calculate the probability? I just need the first equation. That's it.
Total duration should be less than 40 minutes.
Do we have to use binomial distribution in this case?
Why? Let's see, like you have to remove the following an exponential distribution. Why would you take the binomial one? So, okay, let me solve this question. Okay, because the time is also running out. We have a next session at 6, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let me just. Okay, so basically it is saying my x is following an exponential distribution with parameter 1/20, right? Now, it is saying I'm having two players. A and B. So I have to calculate the probability that exactly one of them will be playing for less than 40 minutes. So basically I have to calculate probability of A intersection B complement. B complement in the sense that he hasn't played for less than 40 minutes. Okay. Plus probability of A complement intersection B. Okay. So as they are independent, I can write this as probability of A into probability of B complement plus probability of A complement into probability of B. Okay. So now probability of A, that means it is like it took less than 40 minutes. That is probability of X less than 40, which is basically 1 minus e raised to the power minus 40 into 1 by 20. This is the X and this is the lambda. So you will be getting the value 1 minus e raised to the power minus 2. Okay. Now probability of, so this would be same for probability B as well, which is 1 minus e raised to the power minus 20. Just put the values here. Okay. So this would be basically what? This is basically probability that X is less than 40 into probability that X is greater than 40 plus probability that X is it would be greater than 40 into probability that X is less than 40. So I can write this as 2 into probability that X is less than 40 into probability that X is greater than 40. Can I write it like this?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, probability that X is less than 40 is coming out to be this value. So this would be 1 minus e raised to the power minus 2. And now probability X greater than equal to 40 would be 1 minus this value. 1 minus e raised to the power minus 2. Correct? Is this step clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now this thing would be equal to what? 2 e raised to the power minus 2 into 1 minus e raised to the power minus 2. So I think option B is the correct option. Is the solution clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Let's proceed further. A fruit seller has 6 dozen bananas, out of which 12 are rotten. If a customer wants to purchase some bananas and choose 6 bananas without replacement, then how many rotten bananas can expect customer? So if you read this question, can you tell me which distribution it belongs?
Hypergeometric distribution.
Hypergeometric. So here, so if I have to calculate the expectation, what is the formula of expectation for a hypergeometric distribution?
M into M by N by N. Capital N.
Yeah, so it is basically my expectation is n into m by n. So here, what is my n?
72.
N is 72 because I am having what? 6 dozen bananas. So in 1 dozen, it is like 12 bananas. So if I'm having 6 dozen, that means 6 into 12, which is 72. So in total, I'm having 72 bananas. And from that, I'm choosing 6 bananas. Correct?
Yeah.
Right? And my value of m would be what? 12, because there are 12 rotten bananas.
Yeah.
Right? So my expectation of x would be what?
12.
6 into 12 into 72, which is going to be 1.
Yeah.
So that means the question, he can get one rotten, the customer can expect 1 rotten bananas if he is choosing 6 bananas. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Is this question clear? The 15th question? To everyone?
Yes.
Okay, fine. Okay, the last question. The average number of penalties charged by police in a day for not following the traffic rule is 5. Okay, that means this is the average thing that we have been given. Assume that the number of penalties charged on different days are independent and follows a Poisson distribution. Find the probability that less than 4 penalties will be charged in a day. Okay, so basically, the number of penalties charged by the police in a day is following a Poisson distribution, okay, with an average of 5. That means my value of lambda is
It's 5.
It's 5.
Expect.
Yeah. So we have to calculate the probability less than 4, that less than 4 penalties will be charged in a day. That means I have to calculate what?
Probability of x less than 4.
Probability that x is less than 4, which is basically probability that x equals to 0 plus probability that x equals to 1 plus probability that x equals to 2 plus probability that x equals to 3, right? Now, what is this value? It is basically what? Can you tell me the equation?
It's lambda to the power x, so lambda to the power x is 1.
E to the power of
E to the power e to the power lambda, sorry. Yeah.
e to the power
E to the
of
power
E
lambda
raised
into
to
lambda.
minus lambda. Lambda raised to x upon x factorial.
divided by x factorial.
Is this the thing?
0 factorial.
Similarly, e raised to the power minus 5 into 5 raised to the power 1 upon factorial 1 plus e raised to the power minus 5 into 5 raised to the power 2 upon factorial 2 plus e raised to the power minus 5 into 5 raised to the power 3 upon factorial 3. Is this step clear?
Yes, ma'am.
If you solve all this thing, you will be getting 0.27 as the probability. Is the question clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Everyone?
Yes. Yes.
The last 3 questions, I just did it. I didn't wait for the others because the time is running out and you have another session, that's why. So I'm just asking if you are clear with the last 3 questions.
Yes, ma'am.
Everyone? No doubts?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So this was the last thing. So anybody having any other doubts? All the questions, all the 16 questions are clear to everyone?
Yes, yes.
Sure? Nobody is having any doubts, right? Okay then. So let's end the meet then, shall we?
Ma'am, I know you will upload notes, but it will take 2 and 3 days. Can you upload today these notes?
Okay. Okay. I will try to upload it today only. Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Ma'am,
Ma'am,
in
then
this
where we will
current
be
exam,
getting this,
Sorry.
in
where
this
can we
current,
get the note?
Just a second. Just speak one.
do not go ahead.
You said you will be uploading this document what you have written today. So where we have to get it from there?
Your voice is not clear. I'm not able to get what you're saying. Like,
Am I audible right now, ma'am?
yeah, now you're audible.
Ma'am, may I know where should I get this note that you are going to upload it today?
It would be under the, I guess, the supplementary content or the mock weekly, something under that only, I guess.
Okay.
Supplementary content.
Thanks, ma'am.
Yeah, in the supplementary content, under the heading, enter mock discussion session. Under that, like you will be getting the PDF.
Ma'am, normal distribution is not in syllabus.
No.
Ma'am, the kind of question and difficulty level we have in the mock test will be the same we will have in the term exam on 13th.
Yeah, somewhat. And that's
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So one thing also, like Poisson distribution especially, lots of calculation related to the e to the power something. So in this exam, will it be there or maybe calculation will not be there, but something related to the concept will be there, something how it will be.
Can you repeat once again?
Yeah, like in lots of question we are based on the Poisson distribution, right? In the Poisson or exponential distribution where we have calculated e to the power something like that. So this type of question will be there in exam or only concept will be there, calculation will not be there.
Calculation will be there, of course, there will be calculation.
Okay, okay, thank you.
Yeah. So anything else?
Okay, thank you, madam.
Yeah. Okay then. So let's end the meet down. And all the
Yes,
best for
certainly.
the exam.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Without
ma'am.
just give the exam, okay?
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone. Have a great day ahead.
Thank you, you too.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you so much.
Hello? Anyone here?
Yes, yes.
Bro, फी वेवरिंग का जो फॉर्म आ रहा है उसका जिसके पास मेल आ रहा है केवल उसी को फिल करना है या सभी को?
मीन क्या मतलब?
I mean fee waiving for form, you know this.
Which form?
Fee
All to
waiving form.
I don't know, bro.
Okay.
You can
Anyone
talk.
know this?
I don't think you have to fill like
What
if you
do I have to do?
if you don't get the form, right?
You are not receiving mail any this
No, I
regarding.
don't.
If we have chosen that